Thank you very much for having me. There are some differences. They are going to short circuit the issuing of licenses, but that doesn't solve the problem. There are some differences in the framework. But for me, as an environmental activist, what we are looking at is where is the compliance framework? Because the fatal flaw with community mining was the lack of enforcement. The same fatal flaw is in cooperative mining. If you don't address that, you can give the licenses in record time. It can be going to be cooperative mining. You could have put a framework for the sharing. But that does not address the fact that if you don't have proper monitoring systems in place, it will open the door, just like community mining opened the door to more illegal mining. So that is
look in the crystal ball and tell me that you have faith that this program will do what the community mining was unable to do, and galamsey would have ended.
I don't.
Say that again.
That is going to be the case. And let me say also that there's a lot of, I've said that I'm not quite sure that will be the case because I haven't seen any rigorous enforcement framework in place. And let me be also clear. We have concerns from farming communities who say that they don't want cooperative mining, just like community mining, to be forced down their throats. They should be entrenched, the right of communities to refuse it. For example, you have Yarkrom, where according to our contacts there, excavators were brought with armed men and they wanted to start whatever mining you want to call it. They said they don't want it. And they showed us videos of their cocoa farms. So they are saying that their livelihood is from farming. They don't want mining. And then we have the communities in Atronsu, Asemkrom, who have also resisted mining. So let's not kid ourselves that mining is the only livelihood. I do understand that you're bringing alternative livelihoods. But when it comes to mining, whether you call it community mining, whether you call it cooperative mining, apart from entrenching the rights of communities to reject it, you also need to be sure that those who want to go down that road, that you can monitor their activities, so that if there are reports that they are straying outside the confines of their license, something is promptly done about it. As Professor Frimpong Boateng told us, if you have a mining license and you go outside the confines of your license, you're engaged in illegal mining. Having a license does not cure the fact that the mining can be illegal. It's not the license that, what shall I say, ensures that you're going to mine legally.
So let's get it to this point where we wanted the two of you to help us appreciate for the discussion. You also belong to the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey. And you issued a statement last week and said you wanted the declaration of a state of emergency, as in targeted state of emergency, to apprehend the forces persistently fueling this environmental crime and gradually bringing our country to its knees. What exactly would the state of emergency do? Because as it appears, the government, the previous and now, are not, they don't want to do that.
Well, I'm not sure why they don't want to do that. We face an existential threat. Our water bodies are being poisoned, our forests decimated, and we know that our farmlands are also being poisoned. So the poison has entered the food chain. So we are signing our death warrants, and I don't quite understand what we think should be done to solve the problem. Fine, you want to find alternative livelihood, fantastic. Fine, you want to have cooperative mining, that is an option that you are thinking of. But you have to be prepared to nip this in the bud. It's gone out of control.
What will the state of emergency do?
A state of emergency, as I understand it, will ensure that you're using your armed forces, your Navy, your Air Force to remove the environmental terrorists and their equipment. You can do, first of all, no political interference. They are giving clear terms of reference. It is not shoot to kill. The primary objective is not to go around Rambo style, killing everybody in sight. Of course not. What you are trying to do, that's why it's targeted. What you are trying to do is to go to the hotspot and remove the environmental terrorists and their equipment. So of course, if they open fire To defend yourself, you will return fire. But that's not your primary objective. Your primary objective is to go maybe 2 or 3 hotspots at the same time. With you have done your reconnaissance, you know the strength you need to go with. You know how many people are involved, the kind of strength you must go with to be able to overpower the environmental terrorists.
And that's already happening without a state of emergency. I guess that's the point of the government, that we can do that without declaring a state of emergency.
Well, if you can do that, you see, I'm not hung up on you have to use the term state of emergency. I'm more interested in what the fight back is looking like. As we speak right now, I can't see what it's looking like. We were told that 9 forest reserves had been reclaimed. The 9 forest reserves that were no-go areas. One of them included the Jimera Forest Reserve. Our information is that the environmental terrorists are there. Recently, according to the information we received, I'm not there to verify, but credible information is that 50 excavators went there.
Okay.
Earlier on, forestry staff who had gone there, believing that they had actually been reclaimed, were ambushed. And it is only by God's grace that they were not murdered. So we can see that although efforts are being made, they have not been sustained.
Okay.
And we also have to say that you need to have a number where the community, it cannot be just if I can just finish, you can see excavators going there. If the police command, national security will not do anything about it, at least the community should be able to have a number where they can call and there'll be a rapid response. We don't have to wait for 50 excavators to get there before we set up.
All right. Thank you very much.